Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Gravy Rewind podcast. It's Michael here today, and I got Chris and Dante with us. We had a special Ed episode last week, so say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
We'll have Eddie back on again because he's funny, and people apparently liked him. They commented on YouTube, which was was good to see. This is episode 73. And Dante picked this episode, and I think this was a good topic to bring up because we've been talking so much about large AAA title games. So take it away, Dante.
Yeah, so we've mostly been getting into Horizon and Zelda and Mass Effect and things like that lately. So I wanted to take some time to highlight some indie games that are coming up that we want to play, and some indie games of yore that we've liked, liked a lot. Maybe they've passed you by and didn't know that they were good, or got lost in the shuffle of the torrential downpour of games released every week on PSN and Xbox and Steam and all that. So the
Sweet.
First, we're going to do the games that we are anticipating. So we each picked out a few, and then we'll get into the games, some of the indie games that we've liked that you may have missed. So I'll start with my first one, and that's Cosmic Star Heroine. That one's coming out for PS4 and PC.
Is that like a RPG game,
Yeah,
I'm assuming?
Yeah, so it's made by Z-Boyd Games. It's actually coming out in a couple of weeks. It's in the Play section on PSN right now, where you can pre-order it for 20% off. So it's inspired a lot by some of the old school 16-bit RPGs, especially Phantasy Star.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So it's turn-based, it's 16-bit, and it's got some animated cutscenes and things like that, but very heavily influenced by that era of Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo style RPGs. So, which
was awesome eras.
I really liked. I had a Genesis growing up. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, so those Phantasy Star games were really cool for me. So I didn't get to play Final Fantasy 6 and 4 and Chrono Trigger until way later on. So this is more my nostalgia. So definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I love turn-based RPGs, but I don't know, as of late, I don't have patience for them. I don't know why, but I'm like, come on. I think I'd be getting used to the fluidity of, live-action RPG games.
Yeah, this is definitely a palate cleanser, especially the stuff I've played lately, between Final Fantasy 15 and Zelda and Horizon and all that stuff, and then to play something a little more, a little slower pace-wise. Something I'm looking forward to doing. Allegedly, it's coming to Vita, but that's never going to happen. So we'll have to just, stick with the main console.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
What's your first one?
What other ones you get? Oh, well, you want to do it like that? Okay.
Yeah, do it.
My first one is Just Shapes and Beats. It was awesome. Just Shapes and Beats was a really cool game by Berserk Studio that Eddie and I played at PAX South, and it's kind of like it's like a trippy co-op musical game based on shapes. It's like a bullet hell type of game because all the shapes are going in and out of the screen, making crazy patterns, and you're a shape and you're shooting them and going through them, and it's going and syncing with the music. That is phenomenal music. It's pretty kick-ass. And I just had a lot of fun. It was one of those things we walked by at PAX, and there's 30 people standing there, and we're like, what is this? And then we got sucked into its gravitational field, and then the developer looked at me and was like, hey, what's up, man? You want to play? Handed me a controller, handed Eddie one, and we're like, yes. So this should be coming out, I think, mid this year. It's supposed to come out last year, but they're trying to perfect it and then have DLC soundtracks, and they want to be able to make the soundtrack available as well too. So, which I commend them. Good job trying to create a bunch of content and levels, because the game is totally worth it. So that's my first one.
That sounds really good. What's that coming on?
That's I believe it's going to be on Steam at first, and then they're going to try to push it to the platforms depending on crowdfunding and stuff like that. I think when we played, we had I want to say we had PlayStation controller, so I'm assuming it will work for PlayStation as well.
Okay.
But everything's TBD right now on their press site.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely something to check out for sure.
Well, I guess my turn now. For me, I'm not normally kind of guy who would play indie games. I normally play indie games when they come on like PlayStation Plus, the free games network, or anything like that. And then whatever games we get sent, and we have to review them. But one game I'd say I actually really was looking forward to. It's supposed to come out like a long time ago. Mike may remember this. Kona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Kona is
that's
making
right.
out yet.
The exploration first-person game.
Exploration first-person game where you go into like pretty much you put it into like the woods. And there's like a blizzard going on or something, and you have to figure out why is no one in town, or like what happened, and it's like this little puzzle thing you have to do. But it was supposed to come out like last year, and
It did, I believe. Didn't it come out?
It's honestly in the early access right now. Or it was supposed to leave early access in January.
Okay.
But like I haven't seen it anywhere. And that's actually
Well, I thought they had a VR experience for it that they were doing. I've seen it floating around. I swear I think they're doing some sort of VR experience. But yeah, I know that was a game you really liked and you wanted to get. I think it's going to be cool.
Really awesome. For me, because it's a narrative-driven game. And you also have to battle the fact of the cold and all that kind of stuff in order for you to survive throughout pretty much the blizzard, I guess. And according to what this article I'm just reading now, it says like it's the first installment in a series of 4 games. So.
Oh yeah, Kona actually released March 17th of this year. It's officially out.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to get on.
So it's Kona, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, that's great. I'm gonna have to get that game. So.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we both played it for a little bit.
Is it similar to
with the
Firewatch
developer.
a little bit? And that.
I haven't played Firewatch, but from what I've read about it,
Similar,
it's kind of it's an open world exploration type of. It's not puzzle. I guess it's a puzzle game in a way too, where you're trying to solve what's going on, but there's a story to it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's gorgeous because the way they've developed things, like there's like a real physics engine, like with the way the snow blows through the trees and the snow falling off the trees, and I don't know, it's sound design's really well too. It's really good, so I don't know, it'll be sweet.
Sounds fancy.
It is. It's quite fancy. It kind of surprised us. Yeah. What's the next one, Dante?
So my next one is Mages of Mistralia, which is really weird to say. And it's really weird.
Of Australia or something to
Mages of Mistralia.
Mistralia.
Mystralia.
Okay.
So it's almost Australia, but Mistralia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
it's made in Australia.
Yeah. So it's won a bunch of awards at PAX East, West, and South by Southwest.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So this has gotten gotten a lot of coverage. It's by Borealis Games, and it's a top-down isometric type game, and it lets you create your own magic spells. They're saying there's over 1 million combinations of spells. So think like Diablo or top-down Zelda or Torchlight, things like that. But you play as a mage, and then you create your own spells, and you can augment them with time or size, movement, things like that, and like different elements. So it looks really cool. It's written by one of the authors from Forgotten Realms for all the D&D dorks out there.
Nice.
But it looks really awesome. I mean, the game, the art style is really, really cool. It even has Some of the enemies look Guardian-esque from Zelda, so that, I mean, even things like that.
That's
bringing,
cool.
bringing the Zelda love to it, but it looks like one of those games that allow for a lot of experimentation and action and quick twitch movement, but still strategic because you're building your magic from scratch.
Right.
Nice.
And this allegedly will be out, I think May or June is what it says on here. So that's
the allegedly part is the thing that we have to all keep in mind, because indie games are, well, they're indie.
notoriously late.
Yeah.
Notoriously, a Cosmic Star Heroine was supposed to come out last summer, and that's obviously it wasn't the case. We're still waiting on Ukulele, and now this one is hopefully won't get delayed, but yeah, Mages of Mistralia.
Nice. Well, let's see here. My second one was by the Behemoth Games. It was originally Game 4, but it's titled Pit People, right?
So if people don't know them, like you and I know them a lot, but what else have they done?
They've done like Castle Crashers and fun stuff. They work with Stamper, my buddy Stamper, which I got to meet at PAX, which was awesome, PAX East. And also Tom Folk from Newgrounds. It was sweet. So they make a lot of awesome games. It's another great game. It's kind of like a strategy-ish top-down view. I'm not sure if Tom Folk is in it or not, but he's kind of like a part of the Behemoth, so I'm assuming he actually founded the Behemoth, so I would assume maybe he does voices or something fun in there. I don't know. But Stamper's definitely narrating the whole thing. It's got the same humor that all the games that they make. It's great. I played a couple hours of it now. It actually released January 13th of this year. It's on Xbox One and Steam. And I think it was $14.99 when I bought it, but I think it could be $19.99.
Okay.
Yeah. So highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Check it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Did that say what systems it was coming out for?
Yeah, Xbox One and Steam.
Okay.
And my second one would be the infamous, we're still waiting for this game to come out on Xbox One, and I'm pretty sure everyone can guess what it is. Cuphead.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Wait, is it actually going to come out?
Who knows? I mean, it was supposed to come out. Wasn't it supposed to come out last year at some point?
Yeah.
Either way.
It's like the indie version of Horizon Zero Dawn. It's been at like every E3 for multiple years.
I mean, to me, I find this game like pretty entertaining to look at. I mean, it looks like a old style cartoon, and it doesn't even look like the fact that it's even a video game. So to me, I'm like, this looks pretty awesome. This could be pretty freaking awesome. I can't wait for it. But it's just the fact if they keep pushing it. But then we also know how, like what we just said, how indie studios are. So there's really no telling on when exactly it's going to be coming out. But it's games like, I don't know, it's like certain, like every now and then Xbox has this wow indie game for me that I'm like, ooh yeah, maybe I'll plug in my Xbox One now and play it. But I don't know. Every now and then they have something like that, but recently no. Let's put it like this. I have moved in December, and my Xbox One is still unplugged and still in its box.
Jeez, Chris.
Sorry, I just to turn it on.
He shouldn't
money.
have to apologize. Microsoft should apologize.
No, I agree. Like I said, we've had these conversations before. I play a few games on my Xbox, but mostly I play on my PlayStation. I do love my Xbox One S. It's great. But yeah.
Chris, you're right though, man. That game is stunning.
Yeah.
It
in
is.
motion, it's incredible. I've never seen a game that looks like that.
Didn't they come back and say that they were like doing extra boss battles and making them bigger, making the game bigger and stuff like
they
that?
have
That's
like
why it was
platform
delayed.
stages and like all that, because it was supposed to be like a bullet hell boss
Platformer.
battle type game, and then they started adding a bunch of extra stuff to it, which may turn out to be awesome in the long run. But right now,
Oh, actually, it was originally supposed to be all boss battles, and then people were like, we want a platformer, dude." So I think they went back and they added a platformer element to it on top of all the boss
Okay.
battles. That's why it's taking a lot longer. I forgot about that. We had that conversation prior. Yeah.
at some point, hopefully we get it. But yeah, I mean, Chris is absolutely right. I mean, that game looks freaking amazing.
Dope.
We shall see.
If we ever get it.
If we ever get it, exactly.
Yeah.
So my,
What about-
do you think we're going to see that at E3 again?
Yes.
If we'll see what?
Do you think we'll see it at E3
Yes.
again?
Yeah. I don't know. They might be embarrassed to show it again, but that's what they have right now, so
Let's say they
Probably.
Let's say they put it out there. It's got to have a date, right?
it has to, because they showed it the last 2 times, and the last prior E3 they actually had a date, a rough date. I think what they say, like
2017.
2016 or something like
Yeah.
that, or 2017 or something. Yeah, and blew right by that.
If I remember correctly, when that first got unveiled, I think that was either mine or Chris's like Xbox game of the show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was him or me, but one of us was just. I mean, we all loved it, but one of us was like, "Nope."
I
That's my
was
favorite
there in
game for
person.
Xbox."
I was there in person on the floor watching it on the huge TV, and I was like, "Yeah!" So, but yeah.
So my last one is a game called Rime, R-I-M-E. That's
Okay.
coming out for PlayStation 4 and I believe PC. It's supposed to be out in May. This is another one of those games that had been delayed. It's made by Tequila Works, and it's an action puzzle platformer, and the art style looks very similar to Wind Waker.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
very, very pretty, vibrant, beautiful art style, but less actiony, more action platformer puzzle. So think of like Eco, but with a more vibrant color scheme and in a tropical island type atmosphere. So
Okay. Wait, did you show us a trailer of that?
there's trailers for it. There's a bunch of screenshots and all that stuff. It really is a beautiful game. It looks like a watercolor.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like I saw a trailer for it somewhere. Either you showed it to me or Anthony showed it to me. I forget. But yeah.
Yeah, one of those games that had been in development hell for a while and then got saved, and thankfully, we'll see it. It'll see the light of day.
Yeah. Well, let's see it.
Which yeah. I mean, we got a couple of months here. It just has a placeholder of May, so they haven't nailed down a week for it yet, unfortunately. But at least it's coming up here soon. So
That's good at least.
hopefully by that
Okay.
time I'll be done with Horizon and Zelda. But we shall see.
Sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna, since you only had one, I'm gonna do my next 2, and then we'll go on to Chris. The first one is a game by a developer called Fat Panda Games, based in the Yucatan of Mexico.
Such a great name.
I know, right? It's like Fat Panda. But the developers are super cool. I met them at PAX as well. I believe that was PAX South. And their game is called Lobo with Shotguns. And I actually did an interview with them, and I'll post that link in the podcast below it. But yeah, it's really cool. It's this guy that's like, he's being accused of murdering his wife, and then he has to leave the village. I believe he gets cursed or something like that from a witch. And then he becomes this like werewolf, and he's got shotguns. And it's freaking sweet. The main point of the thing, it's kind of like a B horror film mixed with a 70s, 80ish cartoon grindhouse type of feeling. So it's highly stylized and pretty unique, and it was really fun. I got a lot of hands-on with that. That was supposed to come out last year, and it hasn't, so they're still working on it, and it's supposed to be out on Steam. But I could see it do really well on the Xbox and PlayStation as well. So I hope they release this soon because it was fun. And it's just it's surreal when you're watching the cutscenes because it looks like a movie. Like, they do a really good job artistically and stylistically to make this thing look old but new at the same time. And the humor is spot on. It's got that, like, dark humor to it.
Okay.
The next one that I had is Mr. Shifty, Dante.
God, that game looks so cool.
Yeah, my friends over at Tiny Build published this. I cover a lot of their games at PAX. They're pretty great, but it's developed by an independent developer called Team Shifty, and it's pretty much like a Hotline Miami esque. I don't want to say it's a copy, but it's an esque game.
Yeah,
where you walk through walls and
if Hotline Miami and Nightcrawler had a baby.
Yes, exactly. It's more like it's kind of like more up to date. You use distraction to get people. You slam doors and walk through them. You do one-shot kills. You try to survive pretty much and not die. You can mess with people, and it's really cool. We should put a link to all these games below to the websites, so people can check them out. But definitely check it out. Like I said, it's by Team Shifty. The game is called Mr. Shifty. And Tiny Build is the company that publishes it.
Okay.
So, Chris, on to
Alright,
you.
my last game is a game that does have a release date, and it's actually next month. And it's actually almost a month from now.
Oh, can I interrupt really quick? Sorry. The Mr. Shifty game, it's going to be available on PC and the Nintendo Switch April of 2017. It actually has like a solid... And Tiny Build's good about actually meeting their release date.
That's nice.
So, anyways, sorry.
Okay.
I digress. Go ahead.
Well, this game comes out next month. It comes on April 25th, and it is Outlast 2. So...
Wait, is that independent game?
Yeah.
Is it really?
The horror
Yeah,
game,
it's a
right?
horror game.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like a large... Like, it had like a good polish to it. I thought that was like
No.
a big
Well,
game.
it's a big game because of the fact of like how big it got, but it was... I mean, it came out... When did it come... First one came out like a while ago.
A while ago.
I know it was a free game
Yeah.
on PlayStation Plus a while ago. Like when we first got our PS4s. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that's when it was. That's when the first one was released, and then they were talking about the sequel being released in 2016, but then it got pushed back until they announced the release date a couple of days ago, which was April 25th, which seems to be as scary as it was the first one. And like it's the first one took place, it looked like in an insane asylum, and this one takes place seems like on a farm.
Ooh, that's even creepy
And then,
too.
like, I know there's been like tons of gameplay that were released last year for it, where they're like you have to like run through the woods and whatnot, and like you run through the cornfields, and someone's chasing you, of course, because someone's always chasing you in these survival horror games or whatever.
Of course.
And interesting thing about the first game, and the interesting thing about Outlast games is the fact that you have no weapons. You have no guns, you have no spears, no sticks, no stones, or any of that. All you have is your camera that can do night vision. But then again, every now and then, your batteries do deplete, and you need to find more batteries to input them.
So how do you survive?
You just have to run through everything and hide.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Run and hide. Which is
Okay.
scary, but then is like it gets you to moving kind of a thing.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, those.
I own the game and haven't had enough balls to play it because I freak out in horror games. So
Yeah. Wait, it's coming.
There was that sounds so familiar to I think it was a PS2 Xbox original Xbox survival horror
Fatal
game.
Frame.
Fatal Frame, yes, that's what.
oh yeah, that's a classic
Yeah.
one.
Very similar in that regard. It's where all you have is the camera, and like you either take a picture, or you like when you, in Fatal Frame you took the picture or something like that, and the ghost would appear, or something crazy along.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Something along those lines. I remember watching old YouTube videos back then. Was like the guy freaks out when he's playing Fatal Frame, and he was like, "No, no!"
Yeah, that game was full of like jump
Yeah.
scares and stuff like that. That's what they survived on, which is cool. You never saw it coming.
Actually, that series had a pretty
But you
pretty
never
good following.
should.
I mean, it was like four or five games, and then one released on the Wii, I think it was.
It's about Fatal, Fatal Frame. Yeah,
Yeah, and didn't Outlast have like a bunch of DLCs
It
as
had
well?
2 DLCs that came out with it, and
Okay.
also the game is available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One if you didn't get that. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty
Sweet.
scary time next month.
Yeah, you're all about that scare, dude, with Resident Evil and
Yeah, and
Outlast
I never
2,
finished the
and-
games.
Dang. Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't either. Wait, I thought you finished Resident Evil.
No. I mean, I got close, but then I was like, you know what? I can't do it. And then I was gonna wait for when to play in the VR. Then when I got my VR headset, now I put it on. I'm like,
And you're like, nope.
nope, not doing it.
Nope.
I'll wait.
That's
till
funny.
Someone's around me. And
that's great.
I always get to a certain point in Resident Evil titles where I get so hooked in the story I have to finish.
yeah,
I love that Chris needs the buddy system to get.
I do
Resident
too.
Evil. It's freaking great.
Oh, it bugs everybody because I have to bug people like my brother all the time. I'm like, can you just sit in the room, sit right there?
I mean, like no, like I forgot, this thing was a Dead Space 2. Yeah, Dead Space 2. Me and my friend Gabe went through, and I was like, we took turns, of course, but we never left the room.
Game's so good too, but you definitely that's a
Yeah.
scary game. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Event Horizon for some reason, like that movie. It was like that old
Yeah.
horror movie. Anywho, so are we all set on indie games?
Yeah, I mean, we could just. I mean, we could talk about a game or two that we've liked to maybe highlight if you know people it may have passed them by.
Sure. I definitely want to make sure we talk about our game club segment still, if we can. But let's do that.
Okay, let's just pick. We'll just do one then. We'll do one indie game that we want to talk about, and then we'll move on to the assigned homework.
All right, will you go first? Like one that we already brought up?
No.
No, just like something
one that
you know,
we played.
one that we've played that we want
Yeah.
to talk about.
That we really enjoyed.
Okay.
So mine is going to be World of Goo, and it was a really awesome puzzle game that was on the original Wii, and now they're putting it on the Switch either soon or already on there. And for you people,
It is on there.
Is it on there? Okay,
Yeah.
for you guys that
Yeah.
that have a Switch and you're looking for something else to play, awesome puzzle game. I really recommend it. I haven't played it on the Switch, but I loved the hell out of it on the Wii. And
Yeah, the video says it's changed people's lives.
I wouldn't say that it's a religious experience or anything like that, but it is a really
That's
fun
what
puzzle
people are
game.
saying in the review videos,
Yeah.
like for the trailer for the game.
Sure, sure.
Made me laugh, that's for sure.
Yeah. I would check that one out if you're on the Switch. Like I said, if you're on the Switch, you want a puzzle game, and you haven't played it, I would check it out. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
For me, Master Blaster 0 on the Switch.
I want to play
I just purchased it. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to be doing that today, maybe. But if I have
Do it
some
right
time.
now.
But
Just
yeah,
wait a second.
right this second. What's that noise? It's me playing it on the Switch. Because it's portable. No, but no, that game, it looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. I can't really talk about it because I haven't played it, but I played the original one for the NES a long time ago.
Which is a great game.
Yes, which is a great game. And the people that make it are awesome developers. So, yeah. Check that game out.
Yeah, I would love to see more of that, just the revival of some of those old school series come back to life
Yeah.
from some indies.
Oh yeah, I agree. I hope they keep doing it. Like they keep making old games new. Like I forget someone posted earlier about like the old
Talking about
forget what they're called.
Secret of Mana.
the Secret of Mana games. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah, and I was like, hell yeah, I want that. I have the original Game Boy game. Back in the day. So,
All right, and
But yeah.
my
Chris, what's your indie game?
indie game is, of course, it has to be something that's really popular because I don't really go for indie games that much, and it is Rocket League.
nice.
I mean, I can't say enough about Rocket League. I'm pretty sure everybody who listens to the podcast knows about Rocket League. It is the one surprise that surprised the heck out of everyone this generation, of countless hours being played into it. Who would have thought RC cars and soccer ball would have been so much fun?
Yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of hours into that playing together.
A lot. We've got a lot of hours into it, and the fact that they keep bringing out new content for it, and they're bringing out a new game mode this month, is pretty ridiculous. Forgot what exactly.
Yeah. And they do holiday things.
Yeah.
Too, like the hockey one in the winter.
Hockey's
fun.
still on. They kept that around, and then they have basketball.
Oh, cool.
Now, and they keep bringing out new stages for it, and now they have these crates that you can get while playing the game. If you're playing in ranked matches, and you can get like a championships crate, and you get like new decal, like a exclusive decals or whatever, special decals, and like special items for your car or whatever, and even actually cars they actually have in there. So I mean,
that's awesome.
it seems like they keep updating the game, and it just keeps getting better and better, and it's still only $20. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, to think that most of us, at least those of us that had PlayStation, PSN accounts and all that stuff, I mean, we got that game for free, and it's one of the best games that's come out on the system, that's coming out on both systems still.
I will say the best thing about... Well, I will say that the only thing good about Batman v Superman is the fact that the Batmobile was actually in Rocket League. Just someone point that out there.
Do they have the Batmobile?
In Rocket League? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
When you hit the turbo, does the car yell Martha really loud?
No.
I do have the DeLorean.
Yes.
That was an
I
awesome
do have that. And then
purchase.
Actually, when you get blown up by another car in the Batmobile, the bat symbol appears up in the smoke.
That's awesome. I was gonna say, does the Joker laugh or something? That would have been cool too. Sweet. All right, man. So yeah, that kind of is nice to refresh, to kind of like, I don't know, rejuvenate the podcast a little bit, since we've been so hardcore talking about larger titles and the Nintendo Switch a lot. So let's give some props to the tiny guys out there.
Yeah,
the
I had looked at a few games on the horizon. Like, man, we really haven't talked about these games. Talked about some of these games. It'd be cool to highlight some of them, especially since they have some of them have release dates that are very soon. Chris highlighted a couple that are coming up real quick. I did. You did. These aren't games that are we have to wait a very long time for. They're coming within the next couple months.
Yep, I agree. Well, so I think that brings us on to our next topic, which is going to be a tough one, right? Our game club segment, Horizon Zero Dawn, because it's not we have one more podcast left that we'll be talking about that, because we do one game for a solid month, and then we'll switch to the next one. So tell us if you are enjoying that, because it's kind of cool. And who wants to go first?
I'm going to go first, because I haven't played it.
Okay. You haven't played it at all?
Well, I've played like maybe 2 hours of it in the last couple of weeks. I just have not, between Zelda and other requirements of my time, I have not been able to play nearly as much of that game as I want to. But I did have a funny story about it that I want to share with you guys. I overrode one of the guys you can ride, and the horse guys. So I left it to the side, and I went to go override another one because I forgot that you couldn't do that yet. Like, you can't override more than one. So, or at least I can't yet. So I go to override another one, and my guy comes charging out of nowhere and smashes into this other horse like it was a jealous lover. And I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Well, it was attacking you.
Yeah.
So
It was it attacked the other horse.
no, the horse that you were trying to override was
Oh,
attacking you, and
yeah,
your horse
yeah.
saw it and was like, "I'll defend you, owner."
It came out of nowhere, and it took down the other horse. And I was like, whoa.
See, that's weird because I can override more than one.
Yeah, you can override more than one. It just takes time to recharge your override.
Oh, that's probably what I did then. That's probably why.
It takes
Yeah.
like 20 seconds.
I think I buffed that column in the skill set tree too.
Okay. That's a lot of fun,
But,
man. I really can't give enough props to that game. It's a great game. It came out at a terrible time, but I love
really
it.
did. Yeah, I'll go next because I know that I'm not as far as Chris, but so yeah, Zelda's been taking a lot of my time. In fact, I'm not proud of it, but I have over 75 hours in Zelda, if not a little bit more. Which I have beat the game, and I've gotten to do a lot of the shrines as well. Anyways, but I am way past the gates now. I overrode one of those cool things that you stand on to unlock the maps. I forget what they're called.
Long necks.
Yeah, the long necks. I got one of those, and that was super cool. I can see why Dante fell off because it's moving, and if you're walking and looking around and not paying attention, you can fall. Although when you get close to the edge, Dante, it does say rappel down. So
I wasn't paying
I know when I was
attention.
getting close.
I was looking at how pretty the game was.
He
You know what?
was
Leave
looking
me
at the
alone.
horizon. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
see
you.
that.
I wasn't
And
gonna
there
make
was
that
zero.
pun, but you had to do it. I got it.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, so I've gotten past that area. I actually took on a sawtooth by myself by accident because I was trying to do some hunting and it got in my way. And I was like, I could take this thing. I did kill it, but in the process, like, I aggravated so many different hordes of machines that I was like, ah, crap. So I wound up just running. I did get a little frustrated because I was trying to explore this one area that looked like a ruin, like a cave that has like all the old technology. And, Zelda is spoiling me because I was like, I'm going to climb up these rocks here. No, you can't do that unless there are footholds to climb up. And I was like, but I want to climb up this way. And I couldn't. And I was just like, well, I have to figure out how to get up here now. Okay. I eventually figured it out, but it was highly inconvenient. And I wanted to be able to explore. I was like, I wonder what's on top of this mountain. And I couldn't. But I did find out what was down there. And I found my first ancient flower, I guess, or metal flower, which was cool. And then I found some crazy level 24, level 25 ancient armor.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I can't get it because I have to find a couple power cores. But once I hunt those down, I'll be able to get that armor, which is pretty sweet. I'm only up to level 11 now, but I've done a bunch. I've done all the side missions. I'm so OCD. I did all the side missions and all the errands that I could, and I'm just tackling through all that stuff before I progress the main storyline because I have fun doing that. Plus, I get to level up while I'm doing that. I did do a couple of fun missions of the older ones where I had to hunt some kid down who was sadly mentally disturbed. So that was like the beginning one. That was like level 11, just destroying things down there in a level 4 story.
Jeez.
One thing I didn't like is you have to purchase the fast travel points. Like, you have to actually purchase a package or, like, an item, a resource, in order to fast travel to the fires. I was like, I want to just fast travel. And I was like, nope, you're missing an item. And I'm like, oh, son of a...
Yeah, but
okay.
They're easy to make, though.
Yeah, I know. You just have to make sure you go hunt... Well, if you don't go hunt animals, then you don't have the proper resources.
He's just really spoiled by Zelda right now.
I am, because I could just fast travel wherever I want. So, but, I'll tell you... It's just like Zelda in regards to, like, you're rewarded for not fast traveling. Because when you're wandering around, you're gathering stuff, you're finding secrets. Like, I'm finding a bunch of ancient stashes all over the place full of cool stuff. And, like, gathering up my resources again. And I found myself into a bandit camp, and I met some creepy weirdo with eye tattoos. I'm sure you did that already, Chris. And, it was weird going from murdering machines to murdering people with bow and arrow, like shooting them in the frickin' face with it. I mean, it was satisfying, but it was just like funny to be like, wow. I mean, it's cool because like you could drop them with one arrow as opposed to just like with a machine. You can't, you know. But the guy was creepy that you're supposed to be becoming friends with, and yeah. But that's as far as I made it. I mastered all. I went to the first outside village, beyond the walls. So
okay. Well, I haven't gotten that much further, but I've just been honestly exploring. But I promise, by next podcast, I will be done with the game. I want to.
What level are you?
I gotta be like 28, 29 now.
Holy crap. Yeah, well, that's significantly further than I'm level 11.
Yeah,
so.
You're way farther than me.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, I haven't really been progressing with the story. I've just been literally going through different, like hunting things down, killing things, just walking around. There's actually a story I want to tell that's actually pretty funny, or interesting. When I'm trying to figure out what machine it was. Was it this? It's not the Snapjaw. Was it? Which one did you encounter? Was it the
Sawtooth? You mean?
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I encountered the Sawtooth, I put like a couple pictures on Facebook and on the Facebook community of me like come at me, bro, or something like that along the lines. And during that fight, I mean, at least fought him like maybe 10 times, simply because of the fact that sometimes I was playing around with him, and other times I was actually trying to kill him. But
wait, are you talking about the Sawtooth, the one that you shoot with fire, or like the T-Rex thing?
The T-Rex thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, never mind. I haven't encountered that guy yet, but that one's way bigger.
Well, that guy has like turrets and like homing beacon missiles and all that stuff. It's freaking crazy. What I did was, when I encountered him, for some odd reason there was other people around. Like there were people who were on my side, and there were people who were trying to kill me. So what I did was I lured him over to my guys, and so they would shoot at him, and then I'll still shoot at him. Then I'm luring him back to the people who want to kill me, and then the machine sees them, and it's just like this whole entire big battle that ensues. And I just sit there for like a couple minutes and just watch how these people are getting wrecked, and I'm just like, this is pretty awesome. But then of course I like make things a little easier on me, because in fact I can easily now just take out his guns, his radar, and all that stuff, and then eventually I can just tie him down, and then eventually hopefully bring him down. But it's
Chris, I don't. So I haven't bought the rope gun yet. Is it worth it?
Oh yes.
Okay.
But like it all depends on what level you are, because I can't tell you, like, you probably get like I have 15 that I can do with the rope things. I run out almost all the time when I'm dealing with those big T-Rex looking guys, because they are ridiculously strong. Either the fact they're
Do you get cool stuff?
Oh yeah,
killing it?
Definitely you get cool stuff for killing it. Even the fact you can actually shoot the missiles things off of them, and you can use it against him. So,
that's awesome.
I found that freaking awesome as well. So,
like riding it, you mean, like just pointing it down at itself and just shooting it?
You shoot it down, and then like you shoot down the rocket things. You pick it up, and you're like, ah, and just shoot it like
that's
you're
awesome.
Schwarzenegger or something. but yeah, that's pretty much as far as like anything else wise. I've just been exploring. I just got to a part where I have to where I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say too much, but humans and machines are kind of working together. I'll say that.
Okay. I had a feeling something like that may be happening. Interesting. I want to know more about the collapse of humanity.
Yeah, I do too. And hopefully we find out in this game. I don't think we do, though. I think we have to wait for the DLC that's coming out for, which they said they were going to bring a DLC. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, no, we're bringing DLC because it was such a smash hit and sold 2 million copies in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, they and if people want answers, you know what I mean, to the story that they don't answer, then that would be a good way to deliver that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, cool guys, thanks. And I mean, we have made progress. I feel like, which is good. Chris more so than Dante and I. So
he's the only one doing the homework.
Well, you guys
right?
are
no,
enjoying
but
Zelda,
I mean,
so it's fine. I understand.
Yeah, we're all playing. I mean, I've taken a little break from Zelda only because I'm playing Horizon again. Just because I put so many hours into Zelda and I beat it. I mean, when you beat it, you beat it. Like, you can go back and play a bunch of shrines, but that's pretty much... There's so much to explore still. So I'm kind of once in a while exploring, but not hardcore. I'd rather progress to the story of Horizon because so far it's been really fun and really good.
Yeah.
But we will leave it at that, and we have to call it. It's time. It is time to say goodbye.
So hard to say goodbye.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.